G'day folks, welcome back to the Lau Lake House Learning Centre. Hope you're here for the next lesson. Well, if you are, I better get myself comfortable so that we can begin. Well, first of all, I'd like to welcome any new members that we might have just joining us for their first lesson. And I hope you're sitting there with a sharpened pencil and a notebook. I highly recommend that you use a pencil with an eraser on the end and not a pen. That way you get used to rubbing out the mistakes in your life. Look, I don't know if you know this or not, but in Australia we very rarely use the word eraser. We use the word rubber, obviously because you rub out your mistakes. So I hope you're a whatever it takes type person, because you need to be a whatever it takes type person to learn English. Before we start, I want to share with you a personal affirmation. To change the world, I first must change myself. I would like you to ponder on that. Ponder means to think about it deeply, to mull it over. This world would be a better place if you were a better person. I hope you are learning English so that in the future you can help your family, your community, and your country. It's all up to you. Well, today we continue our series of lessons on Bring Your Language to Life, and this is part 2. Look, I know that learning a new language is not easy. I know that from personal experience as I'm learning to speak Lao. Many times I've thought to myself that it's just all too hard. However, when I look back, I know a lot more past Lao than when I first started. So don't get discouraged. All of a sudden, it falls into place. So, shall we get started? All these words relate to the sense of sound. Please remember to repeat the words after me. Repetition is important. So to use these describing words, you would say the sound of, and then followed by whatever object it is, and that you are referring to or thinking about. As an example, you could say, it sounded like, and then you use a describing word. The first word is the word blare. Now the definition of the word blare in the dictionary is to make or cause to make a loud, harsh sound. As an example, the ambulance arrived outside, siren blaring. If you honk or toot your horn on your car or your motorbike, that is considered blaring. Or if your neighbours are having a karaoke party and their music blares all night loudly, well, their music's blaring. As a matter of fact, if you hear any noise in the background whilst I'm doing this video, it's because the Lau Lake House is like a construction site at the moment, and we've got banging and hammering and everything going on everywhere, so please just bear with us. These two words are not used all that often. If you do get to use them, people will know that you have a firm grasp of English. The dictionary definition of the word chime is a melodious. The word melodious comes from the word melody, a melodious ringing sound, as produced by ringing a bell. So chime and peal mean the same. When you hear church bells ringing, they are chiming or pealing. The peal of the church bells are melodious. Chirp, 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 chirp. This is to make a short, sharp, high-pitched sound like what a small bird or insect would make. The gentle tweet of a young bird can be heard, or the gentle chirp of a young bird can be heard. It's all the same, only different. To chuckle is to laugh quietly or inwardly to yourself. I chuckled at the astonishment on her face. It means a quiet or suppressed laugh. Giggle means the same. However, the dictionary definition is to laugh lightly and repeatedly in a silly way from amusement, nervousness, or embarrassment. The word clash is usually used when talking about a violent confrontation or a mismatch of colours or even clothing. Have you ever seen somebody wearing clothing and they clash? The colours just don't go right. However, when it is used in relation to sound, drums clash when they are played. Did you know that there is more than 20 types of drums played around the world? Crunch and munch. Aren't they fascinating words? When you crush a hard or brittle foodstuff with your teeth, making a loud but muffled grinding sound, we call that crunching. She pours the crunch a ginger biscuit. Oh, I love a ginger biscuit, especially with a cup of tea. A lot of breakfast cereals are crunchy. When you eat celery, you can hear the crunch. The same goes for munch. When we feel a bit of on the hungry side, we sometimes say we have the munchies. Howl. A long, doleful. Now, the word doleful means expressing sorrow or remorseful. A long, doleful cry uttered by an animal such as a dog or wolf. You've probably all heard a dog howl at the moon, or bark at the moon, or yelp at the moon for that matter. The word rumble also has a couple of different meanings. A rumble could mean a street fight between gangs or large groups. I remember a world title heavyweight boxing championship that was advertised as the Rumble in the Jungle. However, in this instance, rumble refers to a continuous, deep, resonant sound. Thunder rumbled, lightning flickered. In this instance, the word sizzle is usually associated with food when it makes a hissing sound when frying or cooking. In Australia, when we have a barbecue in the backyard, we call it a sausage sizzle. Oh yes, in my mind I can hear the sausages sizzle as they cook. I love a sausage sizzle. Don't you just hate it when people are eating or especially drinking and they start making that slurping sound? Even when drinking tea, some people slurp it. Around the world there is a convenience store called 7-Eleven. You've probably heard of it. They sell a frozen drink they call a Slurpee. You can probably guess where they got the name from. Well, that's the end of part 2 of bringing your language to life. I hope you enjoyed it and are looking forward to part 3. Otherwise, thanks for watching and listening, and I'll talk to you very soon.